All right, my name is Mr. Wyrick. I'm coming to you tonight from my kitchen with Paw Patrol playing in the background. And I'm going to go over some of this Chapter 4B test review. The key things on this that you need to remember are a few of them. Number one, if you're factoring, if the number in front of x squared is just 1, like it is on most of these down here, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, then all you're doing is you're taking this one, C, and you're saying, okay, here's 64. It factors into 1 and 64, 2 and 32, 3 won't go into it, 4 and 16, and 5 won't go into it, 6 won't go into it, and then 8 and 8. And I'm saying, all right, which one of these is going to add together to make this number here in the middle? And that's going to be 8 and 8, so this is x plus 8. And then I could write another x plus 8, or I just go x plus 8 squared. On this one with the 21, that's going to add to a negative 10. That's going to be 7 and 3, and they both have to be negative, so it's x minus 7, x minus 3. Okay, this is something that you should be able to do. Check back through your notes, check back through some of the work that I've handed back to you if you've been keeping up with the work, and you should be able to get it. Be sure when you're looking at some of these, like this one here is going to be, we need to factor out a 3 because 3 divides evenly into both of these. We need to factor out an A because A is going to go into both of these. And we need to factor out B. No, there's not a B in both of them. There's not a C in both of them. So we set our parentheses and we just divide that out. That's going to be A to the 4th B squared minus 3C to the 6th. Whatever we can do to distribute that and make it still be equal to this. We're working on factoring that stuff out. It's going to be more like what we practiced when you get here to number 3. In this one, both of these are divisible by 2, and there's an x in both of them, so there's a 2x on the outside, and that'd be 6x minus 7 on the inside. Be on the lookout for ones like number 9. If you have to, you can rewrite it as x squared plus 0x minus 121. But the factors of 121 that are going to make nothing in the middle is going to be x plus 11 and x minus 11. You're just looking for the square root because this one's the difference of squares. Same here, square root of 64 is 8, square root of 49 is 7, so that's 8x plus 7 and 8x minus 7. Down here at the bottom, this is where we're going to use the box method. The first thing you need to do if you see a number in front of x squared, though, is see if there's something that you can factor out. For these on the review, you can't. There's nothing to factor out. So we just pick one. We'll go 2 times 36. You take A times C. We get 72. We start looking for factors of 72. It's 1 and 72, 2 and 36, 3 and 24. And I'm going to stop there because that's what's going to make my negative 27 if they're both negative. I make the boxes. I keep the first number, 2x squared. I keep the last number, 36. I split these up, negative 3x and negative 24x. So this is going to be the biggest factor out of these is just x. The biggest factor out of these two is going to be 2x. So I know 2x times x makes 2x squared. The biggest factor out of these two is actually going to be a negative 12. And the biggest factor out of these two is going to be a negative 3. Here's my one factor, 2x minus 3. Here's my other factor, x minus 12. And then I'm done. Okay? If you need to, you can check some of my older videos. There's one called, I believe, Factoring 2 that goes through this a little bit more in-depth, step by step. That should give you the highlights from that Chapter 4B test review, the things that you need to look for on the test. Don't forget that quiz you took today. Check over any of them that you got wrong. Make sure you're catching up on getting the signs in the right spot, and good luck on the test.